Good morning. So finally, the biggest launch of this year, the glow time, is done. Apple launched the much awaited iPhone 16 series. But wait a minute. If you see, the iPhone 16 still has the 60Hz display and Apple promised larger battery life. But if you look at the graph, there's just 2 hours of battery life improvement. Like 2 hours? Like, are you kidding me? Also now, iPhone 15 prices on Flipkart has dropped by 10,000 to 69,990. Yeah, nice number. So should you wait for that iPhone 15 Big Billion Day, watch the Indian pricing of the iPhone 16 series, everything that you need to know about the iPhone 16 and those small details that Apple didn't tell you. So this is the only video you need to watch about the Apple event to have all your questions answered. This is Prateek, you're already watching TechWiser. Let's glow. So first of all, Apple launched the much awaited AirPods 4 and this is a big deal because the AirPods 3rd gen launched 3 years ago in 2021. So there are 3 really good features on the AirPods this year. Number 1, AirPods base version finally gets ANC. Now this is confusing. They are calling it AirPods 4 with ANC. It also has a conversational mode where you start speaking with someone, ANC turns off and you can hear the person. I mean, this is something Samsung has been doing for quite some time, but good to see the conversation awareness mode. Number 2, the most highlight part is you can respond to Siri's voice queries with a head nod. Now, this is interesting. Like, it seems like when you get a call, you can just nod and pick up the call. But let's say Shobik is calling me. Now, Siri will announce that Shobik is calling me. And then I have to do like this, nod my head, and it will answer the call. Or doing this gesture to reject the call without even taking the phone out of my pocket. Number 3, the AirPods now get an affordable version. It comes without ANC and costs 12,990. The AirPods 4 with ANC costs 17,990. Now both the AirPods look similar, but the cheaper AirPods 4 will not get wireless charging on the case and of course ANC. Now, a huge portion of AirPods launch was dedicated to hearing health and listening features. Like there will be an update on the older AirPods Pro 2. So in the Apple Health app, now you can take hearing tests and you'll also be able to use AirPods Pro as a hearing aid for people who have hearing issues. Now, this is good. Recently, there are a lot of researchers coming up to showing that long-term use of earphones are causing hearing issues. Now, Apple is trying to pose the AirPods Pro more as a health device rather than just entertainment and music listening. And next up, finally, I believe the most upgrade you will see this year is on the base iPhone 16. First of all, the design of the iPhone 16 is again changed. I believe every year Apple finds new reason and space to shift camera and call it a new release. This year the iPhone 16 series comes with the vertical camera design and new colors. iPhone 16 is 6.1 inch and iPhone 16 Plus is 6.7 inch. In some parallel universe, it looks like nothing's budget phone CMF phone 1 but with an elegant design. Like every year, this year also the iPhone gets a new color, white color. But here are 4 important upgrades to the iPhone 16. The base iPhone has skipped the A17 processor and they come with the latest A18 processor and 8GB RAM. It makes it 30% faster than last year's iPhone 15. Now there are some differences with the Pro, we'll get to that in some time, but because of the A18 chip and 8GB RAM, the iPhone 16 is the cheapest iPhone to get Apple intelligence. Like I repeat, if you want Apple's AI, the cheapest way to get is iPhone 16. Now this new processor also brings AAA game on iPhone 16. Again, this was only on Pro series last year. Now another thing, iPhones heat. Like in the Indian weather during charging, summer season, they heat. So this year Apple has finally added a thermal layer for the first time in an iPhone. This might solve the problem, but that heating thermals is something we need to test out. Number 2, there are 2 new buttons on the iPhone 16 this year. It gets the action button, which was only on the Pro last year. So you can assign a set of actions like switch to silent mode or press and hold the action button, trigger Shazam for a song, etc. And the coolest thing is you can change the action assigned to the action button based on the time of the day. Like in the morning it could be camera, but at night it could trigger the flashlight. Like that's cool. And there is also a new button on all the iPhones this year, the camera control, which seems something that comes from Sony, but Apple actually made it a lot useful. So first of all, you can just press on it to open the camera app, single press to take photos, but you can slide your finger on this button to zoom in, zoom out. In fact, double tap on it to switch between modes like change aperture, photographic styles, etc. And this camera button will not only work in Apple's camera app, but it will also work in third-party apps like Snapchat, so you can just quickly take a snap and share it with your friends. So now this new camera button? Does it work in your pocket? How does it work with different type of cases? How touch sensitive it is? Well, all of that is something we need to test once we get the iPhones. So subscribe so you don't miss out on that. This year also there are some minor upgrades on the camera. The base iPhone 16 has 48 megapixel fusion main camera, and you get a new 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera which also doubles up as a macro camera. Now this fourth upgrade is weird. The iPhone 16 gets 20 watt wired charging, but you get a faster 25 watt wireless charging. So you need to buy first of all a 30 watt MagSafe wireless charger which costs 4,500 rupees. And then you also need a 30 watt Apple charger, 3,800 rupees. I mean, again, 9,000 rupees to wirelessly fast charge the new iPhone 16. Come on. They somehow every year find a way to take more money. Now, apart from these, some disappointing things with the base iPhone 16 is like it's 2024, iPhones still come with 60Hz display, and don't give that iOS animation smooth logic. Now, because of the 60Hz display, you still don't get always on display on the base iPhone 16s. Even 20,000 Android phone has an always on display. And still you get a slower USB-C 2.0. Also, Apple's own event says big boost in battery life. And then the official site says 2 hours of difference in video playback. Now, if all of that rages you like me, well, the pricing of the iPhone 16 is not changed this year. The iPhone 16 still costs 79,900 in India, and the iPhone 16 Plus cost 89,900. I still feel iPhone 16 is a better upgrade over iPhone 15, but again, I would want a video of iPhone 16 versus iPhone 15. 10,000 likes, we do it. Now, coming to the pros, I was a lot disappointed on this. Like, 2 hardware upgrades on the iPhone 16 Pro series. Number one, the bezels are severely reduced, which makes the 16 Pro slightly larger at 6.3 inch, but the 16 Pro Max is humongous at 6.9 inch. Like, whoa, that's a chunky boy. You get new color this year called Desert Titanium. Like, names, man. But I still feel the natural titanium looks better. The iPhone 15 Pro gets a 5x 12 megapixel telephoto camera, and the 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera is upgraded to 48 megapixel this year. So overall hardware wise, there is no difference between the 16 Pro and Pro Max except bigger size and battery. And listen to this, the iPhone 16 Pro still starts at 128 GB. Like, come on. 30,000 Android phones now come with 256 GB. Like, it's a pro phone, Apple. But again, after all of this, the good news is Apple is manufacturing the iPhone 16 series in India. So the 16 Pro has seen a 15,000 price cut. It is down to 1,19,900, and the iPhone 16 Pro Max is seeing a 10,000 price cut in India. It is down to 1,44,900. That's huge. Like, I have rarely seen iPhone launch a new version cheaper. And finally, there is Apple Watch Series 10 launch. We were expecting that it would be called Apple Watch X for 10-year anniversary, but okay. The new Watch 10 gets quite a few upgrades. Like, the display has gotten 30% bigger than the last time, and this is the thinnest and the largest display on any Apple Watch. It comes in a new jet black color, and now you can use the Watch 10 to play music, podcast, and honestly anything on the watch speaker. And there are other features packed like sleep apnea, crash detection, fast charging is there, which can charge it 80% in just 30 minutes. Plus, the Series 10 is also available in titanium as of now. Now, there is a price hike on the Series 10 due to all of that upgrades. It now starts from 46,900. And other than the Watch 10 series, Apple also launched the Watch Ultra 2 in a newer black color. The price remains the same at 89,900. So overall, what is the difference between iPhone 16 and 16 Pro? Like, majorly between A18 and A18 Pro processor. See, the iPhone 16 Pro gets a more powerful GPU, hence it can do 4K 120 FPS, which is not possible on the base iPhone 16 series. There's USB 3 Type-C on Pro models, which is 20 times faster than the base. More or less, brightness and the display is same on all the iPhone 16 series, but the display is 120Hz on the Pro model. But I know, what are you guys thinking? Which iPhone to buy? Well, the current scenario in India is iPhone 16 is at 79,900, iPhone 15 is at 69,900, and iPhone 14 is at 59,900. Now, I believe getting an iPhone 16 now makes more sense because the upgrades are quite good. You get Apple Intelligence features, action button, camera control button, AAA games, less heating probably. But the major thing is big billion day. Like, I'm personally excited to see a comparison between iPhone 15 and iPhone 16. Let us know what comparisons you guys want us to cover. We'll try to make them happen as soon as possible as we get our hands on the iPhone. And also do hit the like button. It would be a good boost for the team because we have worked overnight to make this video happen. Hashtag Team TechWiser. On that note, this is signing off. See you in the next video. Pew, pew, pew.